Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, Mr. Searly P. These are mods for Tuesday the 19th of April. This is a little bit late. I'm posting this on Wednesday the 20th because on the 19th, yesterday, the Precision Farming DLC, free DLC, dropped. I did a couple of videos on that. Took a little while for the prep and setup and that kind of thing, and I dropped a few mods. They also did update 1.4 with a lot of stuff that's been repaired and sorted and fixed, hopefully. Plus a free content update came with that as well. As within the mods as well, we've got mods from modders, we've got mods from giants. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at the updates, the mods from modders, the mods from giants, and the content update, looking at the free content or the content that got added in. And I'm going to tell you now, it's pure filth. There's some glorious stuff today. Updates. The Cressetto SPL pack by DD Mod Passion, the Amazon Pantera 4502 or 4502 by Landev, and the Frigo DT25 by DD Mod Passion all had updates. Mods from modders. In front of me we've got the Fortis 2200 by Elch97 Design. This is 15.77 megabytes download, 9 slots on console, and its manure spreading configuration. It's 24 meters wide it will spread to. You'll find it initially under trailers, 57,600 for the base model, 130 horsepower required in its muck spreading configuration. In its standard configuration, 35,000 litres. It will take all those crop types and things down the bottom there. Options on this, as I said, 35,000 litres in standard configuration, or you can have manure spreaders for 20 grand, so you can make it a muck spreader and you can switch between the two. We got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, Mitas. Big old jump up onto the Mitas. And back again, all of these, I think, have got a standard and a wide. Apart from the Mitas, I think, which is just wide. Yeah. And back in. Chassis colour, we can have it FarmTech green or green 2. Extension colour, red or black. Mesh colour, that's the mesh at the front there. You can mix and match it however you want. And then rim colour, we've got silver or we've got black. Those are the options. I went for it in its muck spreading configuration. In this configuration, we also have open flaps. So if you're loading this with a telehandler or something like with a bucket, we can... Hang on. There we go. We can pull the flaps down the side so it's a little bit lower on the sides for loading things in. So we can do left. And we can do the right one as well. Oh, there we go. Just took a little bit. And then we've got unfold trailer. And hopefully 24 meters spread width of manure. I think this might do, actually it's a good point, does it do lime as well? Let's close it down. Detach our tractor because we might need that later on. It does lime as well. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to take my tractor around. Next up then we've got the Adranti pack. The Adranti pack has been ported over. This is by DD Mod Passion. It's the Adranti R200A, 16.33 megabytes download, 8 slots on console. I have a selection of the trailer options just here. You'll find the trailers under various different settings and headings. I've got all the flat ones there. We've got the 4-sided, there's a 3-sided, there's a no-sided, which will make more sense in a moment. These 3 are all auto-load. We've got auto-load bales, we'll do 24 bales. Auto-load big bags, which will put them on there. Various different big bags available. It will do wheat, fertilizer, oat, lime, pig food, seed, road salt, barley, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybean, maize, mineral feed, and then the pallets of liquid, which will do this one. It will do fertilizer, herbicide, and silage additive. That's 20,000 litres. That's 20,000 litres. You go up to wherever the containers are. You've got press L3. it will say refill and it will start refilling. Do it for each one. Then you can unload after, which I'll have a look in a moment. This will do square bales or round bales up to 24. A little bit of a warning, I saved the game, came out because I had to check something, came back in, all the bales had vanished. At least I thought they had. There was nothing on here at all. When I hooked the tractor up to it and then clicked on unload, they all appeared because it was still saying 24 bales, but there was nothing showing. When I clicked unload, all 24 appeared. So it was obviously something to do with coming out the game and coming back in again. Now, you'll find these, like I say, in various different places. So the R200A, you can find it under regular trailers, and then we've got all the different options. So we've got 4 sides, 3 sides, without sides. Now, I went for the 4-sided, that will do 45,000 litres, although it doesn't say on the left it does. The 3 sides will do less. I haven't got one of those, but it'll be less than 45,000 litres. I would say probably 35,000 maybe, but we've then got without sides, which is 45,000 litres. You've then got wood transporter, bales trailer, big bags, tanks, back to 4 sides again. So those are the different options. We've got wheel brand, we've got Michelin, BKT, Trelleborg, Continental, back to Michelin. There's a couple of tread options on the Michelin and the Trelleborg. Then we've got side bumpers, yes or no. Then the PTO, we've got yellow with protection, black with protection, yellow without protection, black without protection, no PTO at all if you don't want one. But some of the things you might feel it needs to have them. Then rear light design, we have got design 1, design 2, design 3, back to design 1. Additional rear lights are already on. You can have them off if you don't want additional rear lights. Then we've got rim colour, chrome, silver, white or black, and then license plate option on there as well. Now, like I said, you can find these in various places because the different options you've got on those. If we go down to, for example, forestry and scroll across, it'll be under forestry. Same trailer, all the same options, starts at 18 grand, same slot count, but it just starts on the wood transporter option and on configuration, and you can scroll through all the same ones. So it's just a different location to find it. And then also you'll find it under bale loaders because obviously we've got the bale trailer. Again, it starts in this bales trailer configuration, but you can scroll across and you can go to any of the other configurations. It just means it's put it into various different categories. What we'll do is start that up. Now, as you can see, I've already got the bales on there. It works like like a usual auto load bale trailer. Has got a little bit more functionality, I think. If we want to unload these bales, unload bales here, put them onto the trailer. I can then strap them down if I want to. Put it in transport position, back to operating position. It restacks the whole lot. And like I say, look, they've all vanished. It's something that's a bit weird. If I press unload bales again, it's still saying 24, but the bales have vanished. But anyway, we can do it with the one bale. I don't know where they've all gone. So we can, under L1 and right stick, up and down and side to side, we can move the bales around. Then under R1 and right stick, we can go up, we can come back down, and we can swivel the bales, stack round, or the bales round. But you can't go any lower than that. So if I decide this is where I want to unload my bales now at this point, I'll just go back to that, unload bales here. Okay, there's a problem with that. It should not be doing that. That should have been in a regular state. I don't know what's happened there. Right, let's put them transport position, operating position. Yeah, it's only putting one back. I don't know why it's done that. That's happened since I saved the game and came back out. I'm thinking this is going to require an update. It worked perfectly when I first tested it. Then when I came back out, it did that. Be warned, you may have problems with bales going all over the place on that one. It was working so well. If we go to our, please unload, don't do something silly. Unload. Yeah, we'll unload them. They were big bags originally, but unload them because I've got seed on this one. But it looks like it's going to unload them one at a time, and unless I've got more space. Let's go into a bit more space to unload. So yeah, like I say, it will do it from big bags. We'll check again if we can reload these. I don't see any reason why it won't do it. It's going to do one at a time. Okay, that's interesting. But you can unload them. I suppose sometimes that is better than you can do them one at a time, because when you have that thing where it unloads like all of them and they spread out across a massive distance, at least this way you've got a bit more control. If I come back against these now, so whether it's pallets or bales or big bags, L3 refill tipper, they'll go back onto it up to 20,000 litres. The same thing will be with the IBCs as well, so your liquid tanks will do exactly the same thing. So we've got an auto load, we've got auto load trays. There are a few about already, I know. These won't do production chains things as far as I'm aware. It does list the things it will do, which I've already said for the big bags, and then for the liquid I already said fertiliser, herbicide and silage additive. So it's not for production chain stuff, this is for the sort of base game gear that we have. And then the other Adjuranti one, I've got the four-sided one with 45,000 litres of, I think I put wheat in it, but it takes pretty much everything. So, the Adjuranti pack, R200A by DD Mod Passion. I always panic whenever I do something like that and it does that. I feel bad and I don't want to misrepresent the mods, but that's what it did. It's done that. I didn't make it do that. It's not from a mistake I've done or anything like that. It's just happened, unfortunately. That's by DD Mod Passion. Next, we've got this. Now, this is the Damcon PL10 by Black Sheep Modding. It's 3.65 megabytes download. It's 3 slots on console, and it also comes with a 50 sapling pallet with it. Now, on the previous versions of this, the Damcon PL10 came like this. And it also came with a rack, so you could attach it. You could put 3 on the rack, and you could run 3 of these at the same time. This version of it on FS22 has come out. There's no rack. I did have a quick check. I had a look on the mod hub. It doesn't mention a rack. It just shows this, and on the screenshots it shows this. And I've had a look since I've installed it, and all I can find is the actual Damcon. So it's a sapling planter. It's a little bit different, a little bit narrower than the standard one. This has got a seat on it. The premise behind it being that when it opens up, the person sits on the seat and then puts the saplings in as it goes along, rather than being kind of more automated, I guess. You'll find this under forestry equipment. So the Damcon PL75 is there for 26 grand, but for this one for 7,500, I know, 7,500. Slot count will come down from 3 to 1. No options available, you get it just like that. And then if we go to our pallets, we've got the tree saplings there, 1,500 for 50 pieces. There's another mod that does sapling pallets up to 120, I think it is, but this one will do 50s. And you can pick which trees you want to put in the ground from the selection there. We go back to Willow again and back to start. So what we'll do, I think I put this the wrong way around. I've got stuff all over the place. I was going to do this in a certain order, but like I said, we've got mods from Giants, we've got the content update, there's so much stuff, so hook it up. Now, it does give you the option to create fields, I think. If we lower the tree planter, it will automatically get going. Is it not going to do it? Turn on tree planter? That's weird. I thought it gave the option to create fields. Sure it did when I first picked it up. Anyway, doesn't matter. It will still work like this. So in its operating position, so tree planter's turned on, you can now see the seat. If I lower it down, first one goes in the ground. As we drive forward, it works just the same as the other tree planter does. It's just a little bit smaller. It will only take 1 pallet at a time, and it's a lot cheaper. There's no option on here that I can see for changing the distance apart of the trees. It's an automatic system. Again, I hope I haven't missed anything. Let's lift tree planter, turn off tree planter, check our options again. Not that I can see, it's pretty standard. So, drop that down. That's the Damcon PL10 tree planter from Black Sheep Modding. I'm going to leave that, I think, there. And we're going to whiz through. Because next we've got possibly the weirdest mod I think I've ever come across. And it's another reason why I think I'm going to put in the thumbnail Pure Filth. For another reason, because some of the vehicles are, gorgeous. But this thing here, this is so weird. This is the Dirtinator. It's by Joss. It's 0.97 megabytes. Don't get me wrong, it is the weirdest thing I've ever come, but it's actually quite amusing. 0.97 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. You'll find it under build mode, you'll find it under tools. The standard in-game Karcher jet washer is there. We go across to this one here. Now it does say with this machine you can clean dirty vehicles and tools. That's not true. That's incorrect. So that's where you get it from. If I click on it now, watch what happens. It makes your vehicles dirty. Honestly, I don't know why. Isn't that just bizarre? Isn't that the weirdest thing you've ever seen? So if you want to prank a friend, if you're playing multiplayer, I don't know, if like my daughter Silly G, everything has to be pristine, and you just decide, you know what, my stuff's just looking too clean. But anyway, there you go. That's the Dirtinator. So if you want to make any of your vehicles and stuff more muddy, you can, if you want. That's by Joss. Next, we've got this. This is the covered pile storage. This is by Zodelzocht. 5.7 megabytes download. 9 slots each on console. Now, it does say in the mod hub this has got a 10 million litre capacity, which is crazy. And there are quite a few of these. You'll find them under build mode. You'll find them under silos. And as you see, there's one for each of the things that they will take. So we have got one for chaff, grass, hay, silage, straw, sugarcane, wood chips and sugar beet cuts. 40 grand for each one. Slot count is 9 on each one, which then comes down to 1. As far as I can tell, each one's got a capacity of 10 million litres. So for the price of them, admittedly you've got to have one of each, but most silos now have a total capacity anyway. So that thing of days gone by where you could have one silo and you could put everything in it all to the same capacity. I mean, obviously some of the silos we've got 5 million litre ones and stuff like that, you know, it's going to take a long time to fill one of those up. But anyway, that being said, one for each of them. Putting into it's done here. Now as you can see, that little bit there, I put silage in here. This has got 400,000 litres of silage in it already. Now the pictures show it on the mod tab, and as you've just seen, with a big pile of stuff here, which leads me to believe it is a 10 million litre capacity. Because with 400,000 litres in it, that's what's showing at the moment. So I'm assuming, yeah, with 10 million litres in, that'll be absolutely full. To take out of it, you just pull a trailer up to here, and it will say, it will give you the option to click on it, L3, and you'll start to refill whatever trailer you want from it. There you go. The covered pile storage by Zodelzocht. Next, we have got this. Quite a few bits and bobs that come with this. This is an interesting one. It's a biogas plant, but this is the BGA methane pack. This is by ER Shabba. 7.61 megabytes download. 9 slots on console for the BGA itself, which is only 80,000 to buy, so it runs as a regular BGA. We've then also got the cell point, because this one produces digestate and methane that you can collect. So we've got a methane cell point that comes with this. The methane cell point is 3 slots and will cost you 5 grand. We'll have a look at those in a moment. We've got a storage container that comes with it. It's 20,000 litres of methane that will store. That is under containers, is it? Or is it 8,000? 8,000 to buy, 20,000 litres. 2 slots. I put a ramp here because I couldn't get a trigger. I couldn't find a trigger for unloading. You know, a lot of them you can unload at ground level. I couldn't get a trigger. I couldn't find a trigger to unload at ground level, so I put a ramp in. To be fair, we don't actually need that now. Let's move that out of the way. So that's what it looks like when you get it at standard, but I couldn't find the trigger, other than slurry. The slurry went in no problem at all here. This will take silage, manure, sugar beet cut and slurry. It will take 100,000 litres of silage, 50,000 litres of manure, 50,000 litres of slurry and 36,000 litres of sugar beet cut to start off with. Its storage as a unit will hold 1.8 million litres of digestate and 10,000 litres of methane. It's already running, I've already got it producing. It also comes with this trailer here, which is a 2,000 litre methane trailer. It is 4 slots? Yeah, 4 slots for the trailer. So, yeah, a whole load of stuff going on here. What we'll do is go into there. Production chains, as you can see. So silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut. They're all on and operational, and they're all working their way through. At the moment, I've got 119 litres of methane, 769 litres of digestate. That's plugging away quite happily. The actual, let's go to here. The trailer you'll find under miscellaneous. There you go. Methane tanker, £3,000 for a 2,000 litre methane tanker. Options available on that. We've got a license plate option, and we've got rim colour option, but you can't change the tank colour. The tank stays that colour. Then under build mode, we've got under container is where you'll find the methane storage, 20,000 litres, £8,000. That's the one that's over the far side. If we go to production, is where you'll find the biogas plant. Like I said, 80,000. Slot count will come down to 1. And then if we go to selling points, is where you'll find on the left hand end for £5,000 is the sell point. Now here's where things get a little bit more fruity. If we go into the sell options and we look at methane, look at the price of methane. 6,856. It's falling at the moment, so it was higher than that for 1,000 litres of methane. Now I haven't got 1,000 litres at the moment, obviously. I've only got a little bit in there. What we'll do though is hopefully we'll come alongside and it will let me collect what we got. So what we'll do is do that. Start filling. Put our methane into there. That's fine. Now storage. Hopefully. So I've put my methane into there. Everything's great. Very happy with that. Now I did wonder, the standard in-game biomethane buy point, could I get methane from that? Now I couldn't get it to work. I tried, nothing's coming up to refill. However, that being said, if you've got one of the buy anything silos, and this is the one by 82 Studio, watch what happens. So start filling. 1,830 for 2,000 litres of methane. So I haven't, once my biogas plant's chugging away and I've got loads of, this is just to show you. Obviously, this is just to show you. I wouldn't want anyone doing anything dodgy with this information. If we come to our sell point and we sell it, because of the price of methane, you can actually do quite well out of this. 13,711. So once your biomethane is, or the methane's being produced and you've got a lot of it, it's worth its weight in gold, especially with this sell point. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I mean that's awesome. The BGA methane pack by ER Shaba with the BGA biomethane facility, sell point, storage tank, and transport trailer. Next on our list then, actually that's the mods, right, so that's the mods. Now we're on to the Giants mods for today, starting off with the Anderson Group A700 and A950. These are trailer feed mixers, trailed feed mixers. The A700 is 5 slots, the A950 is 6 slots, 5.36 megabytes download, 7.12 megabytes download. This one, there's no options on these, as I'm not going to go and show them. They're under animals is where you'll find them. This one's 49,500 to buy, that's 60,000 to buy. This will hold 23,800 litres, this will hold 28,800 litres. They both have the option to unload left, right or rear. And again, feed mix is a tricky one to do nowadays because of all the different bale sizes and bale options and things you can do. You can fill these up with loose products, you can fill them up with bales. I did a bit of a calculation on this one because I always find when you first get one, filling it up once so you can see what the capacities are, you can then work out from that what your literage will be. It will make more sense when I hook up to it. So I filled up with Total Mix Ration just once from the Buy Anything silo to get a perfect mix in there. And you can do silage and hay on its own and you'll get a Total Mix Ration. You can do silage, hay and straw and get a Total Mix Ration. You can add the mineral feed in if you want to. There's all different ways around of doing it, but based upon that mix ratio, 37.4% of the capacity of that trailer, 28,800, works out at 10,771.2 litres. And the same for the silage. The straw, 20.4%, comes in at 5,875.2 litres, and the mineral feed comes in 4.8%, comes at 1,382. So once you know those percentages, you can just work the percentages out from the total litres, and then you can work out, if you're doing it with bales, roughly what size bales or amount of litres you need to be putting into it to get a total mixed ration. And like I say, we can unload that tip side left, tip side right, tip side back, like so. The Anderson feed mixers, the A700 and A950. So all of these are all from Giants now, moving forward. Disconnect from that, we might as well look at this one while we're here. The Armotrack makes a return. The Armotrack 1104, this is 17.16 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. It's 110 horsepower. There's not many options on it, in all honesty. If we go to our small tractors, on the very end there, 80,500. Options on this, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokians and back. We've got rim colour option of the grey or red. License plate option as well if you want. And I think Trelleborg's got the most options. We've got wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, narrows, rear narrow twin, rear twin, twins all round, back to standard. I won't read all the rest of them out, but under Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, just as a communal, and back again. So like I say, the one that's got the narrows and stuff on it is Trelleborg, and the others have got various different options. No doors or windows that open on it. Does sound cool. I'm sure we had did we have a modded version of this, or did the previous version have 2 different horsepower options? Or am I just imagining that? Interior. Real nice tight turning circle as well on the Armotrack. I used it a lot on Marwell Manor, I think it was. I had one of these. Very nice indeed. There we go. The Armotrack 1104 by Giants Software. Next we have got this. This is the Pertinger Aerosem 3002 and the Lion 303. The Lion 303 is a power harrow on the front, and the Agrosem 3002 is the Cedar on the back. It comes as a unit, 13.07 megabytes download, 19 slots on console for that whole unit. However, you can buy the Lion 303 as a separate power harrow under power harrows if you want. Nicely detailed, looks great, 3 meters wide, and because it's got the power harrow on the front, let's drop it down. Turn on the power harrow. So it's, in essence, it's a direct drill because it will power harrow, and then you can then seed with it. So if you're on a bit that hasn't been, obviously this has been cultivated already, it doesn't really show it in its greatest light, does it? Let's drop it down. Well, that's interesting. Why is that not power harrowing? That's now not planting. I'll just try something. Turn it off. Disconnect that. So, how come the power harrow is working fine on its own if I disconnect it? The whole point behind this being, the power harrow works, does the power harrowing, the seeder attached to the back of it then seeds behind it. That's the point, isn't it, of the whole thing. Let's raise it up. If I hook the seeder back up again, Why then? Once the seed is attached, it's not working. Okay, that's peculiar. Anyway, okay, well, you'll find it. Why do these things never work? It's not like I'm pushing it outside the remit of what it's supposed to do. So, you'll find it there, the package, the Lion 303 and RSM 3002, 41 grand, 1,250 litres. It's a regular seeder, requires 165 horsepower. There are no options available. You get it just like that. If we come back out of there and we go to our power, under our power harrows, if we go to the end, you'll find the Lion 303 on its own there for 18,500. And for some bizarre reason, the power harrow section is working. But as far as planting on a bit that's that needs power harrowing, it's not working. But on a bit that's already been cultivated, it is. Very strange. But anyway, again, there'll be something I've done wrong with that, I would imagine. I'm sure people will tell me all the things that's wrong. Next, making a return, we've got the Monopil. This is the Kverneland Monopil eDrive 224. This is a 12 metre wide planter. It's 13.43 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. Transportation is done in this configuration, so you can get down narrower roads and lanes, etc. Once you've got to where you're going, it only holds 1,000 litres, so having a front tank is pretty handy with this one. We go to there, and then we unfold it. When we unfold it, it puts the wheels up and out of the way, it puts the hitch out of the way, and then we're ready for operation. We do have the other one, had ridge marker as well, so I didn't show them. But ridge marker left, ridge marker right, or back off again. Turn it on, drop it down, and we're planting quite happily out to 12 metres. This you'll find under planters, if you have it installed, of course. There you go, 119 grand, 12 metres wide, 1,000 litres, requires 145 horsepower, and will run at 9 miles per hour. That will do your planting crops: corn, sunflower, soybean, sugar beet, and cotton. The next one we're going to have a look at, we might as well look at it in here first. Also making a return from Giants is the Tempo, the Vederstat Tempo V8, 64 grand for a 6 metre wide planter. 696 litres it will hold, and that's split between fertiliser and seed, so it doesn't hold a huge amount. That's why it comes with making its return. I said earlier, well, on a few episodes ago on Calmston, I really missed not having this. The FH2200 front tank. The front tank will hold seed or fertiliser. So if you're doing fertilising contracts, it's great to have some extra fertiliser in the front, 2,200 litres worth. If you're doing seeding and your seeder, like the Tempo, doesn't have a lot of seed capacity, having the seed tank on the front as well is invaluable. There are no options on either of these. You get them just as they are. That's what we'll do. Turn that off. I will disconnect in that configuration, and we'll move on to this. So, hooking up and hooking up, and this happens. Love that. I've always liked it when you get the ones that work together, when you hook the front tank to the rear and the pipe attachments and stuff all go across. It just looks right. You know, it's how it's supposed to be. Unfolding is done like that. This is how you'll get it when you first buy it, so you need to fold it up for transport, but this is how you get it. Like I say, 6 metres wide. We do have ridge markers on this one as well, which we can extend out that way if we want to do our ridge markers. And obviously the combination then with the 2,200 litres of seed in the front, it gives us 2,760 litres, but as you see with the fertiliser, there's only 136 litres, so the actual planter itself doesn't have a lot of capacity. But again, I love the fact it all comes up to the tower at the front, then spreads out and goes to all the various different locations. It's brilliant. Let's turn it on, drop it down. Now that's gone darker than the other one did, because obviously this is fertilising as well, because we've got a little bit of fertiliser in there. But we are planting corn, 6 metres, with the Vejstat Tempo V8 and the FH2200 front tank. 17 slots for the planter, 4 slots for the front tank. The front tank is going to be it's going to be one of those ones I use quite a lot on various different Let's Plays because I just find it incredibly useful. So that's the mods from Modders, that's the mods from Giants. Now we move on to the content updates. Bear with me just a moment. I don't think I've missed anything off that, have I? The Andersons, the Pertinger Aero Sem, Caverna Monopil, Vejstat Tempo and the Armour Track. No, we've done those. Next then, we start up here. We've got the new Czech company called Salek has been added in. So this is part of the content update and the game update 1.4. So we're getting this added in. So we've got some Salek gear. We've got the Salek AKP. The Salek AKP is a subsoiler, 2 slots, 1.2 meters wide. We've got the Salek ANS 1900. It was 1900. I'm sure it's only a 1,600 litre capacity, but I'm sure it was 1900. That's 3 slots, 1,600 litres in this configuration, or you can have it's a bale trailer as well. We have then got the MUL 1000, which is 2 slots, it's 1 metre wide mulcher. We have got the PN2 300, 3 slots, 0.5 metre plough, and then we have got the TB100. This is 2 slots, 1 metre wide disc harrow. Now these are all designed for small tractors. The Antonio Carrero pack being one of them, because the horsepower requirements on these are all incredibly low. The trailer's small, it's designed for kind of orchard work, that kind of thing, for getting in down through the vines, that kind of thing. That's the point of it. You're not going to be doing massive fields with a 0.5 metre plough. That would be a little bit crazy. I grabbed the Super Tigre because it's got incredibly low horsepower. But as you'll see with the trailer, we do have a tip side back, tip side left, tip side right. I'll put it on left at the moment. Let's unload it. Nice smooth animation. I suppose the other one we can try, because the others don't actually have an operation as such. We can hook up to the mulcher. Because it's one of those things with tractors like this has got an incredibly low horsepower that came with the Antonio Carrero pack. It hasn't got a lot of bits of equipment that work with it. But this little mulcher, and the mulcher's nice and cheap as well. I think compared to some of the other ones, it's much cheaper. So yeah, you know, I like it. I think it's very cool. So you'll find all these bits in the various locations that they come from. The first being the subsoiler. You'll see right at the front there. Because this is a content update, this is not a downloadable mod, so you won't find it on the end of all the lists where all the mods are. This is now built into the game. So the Salek AKP 122, it's only 650, let's say 1.2 meters wide cultivator. You can have attacher big or attacher small. So if you're using small equipment, small tractors, you can have a small one. If you're using a regular tractor, but just want to use this for some particular reason, you can have the wider attached on there. No other options on that one. The trailer, you will find under trailers there, the Salek ANS 1900, yeah, 1,600 meters, 3,500 capacity, 1,600, or bale trailer, and a license plate option if you wish it as well. Then we come to mulchers. The Salek MUL 100, 1,850 for a 1 meter mulcher. No options available on that one. The plough. You'll find under ploughs the Salek PN2 300, 1,250. You can have, again, attachers big or small on that one. And then finally, we have got the disc harrow. There we go. Salek TB100, 1,800 for a 1 meter wide disc harrow. Again, attachers big or small. No colour options available on those. So that's the new Czech company Salek that's been added in. Let's turn that off. Next, we have got this. And I really like this. Now that potato factory plant that we got recently, and anywhere where you've got tight spaces that are difficult to get in and out of, this is just brilliant. This is the Jungheinrich ETV216i. It's 4 slots. It's a forklift. It's Just brilliant. I think it looks great, sounds great. Yeah. What's not to like? Under forklifts, 39,500. It's not cheap when you look at the Manitou for 37 grand. It says variable transmission. And that's it. No options available on it, but operation of this. Turning circle is, like I say, in and out of those small tight spaces, smaller buildings, whatever it might use you're doing. We've got a beacon on top there. Then for operation, L1 right stick up and down will do your up and down. R1 right stick side to side will do the width of your forks, and then side to side will do the forks, and forwards and backwards will push it forwards and backwards. So when you get to where you're going and you've lifted it all the way up, if you're putting onto racking or something like that, you don't necessarily have to drive forward. You can just push the whole lot forward. Again, if you haven't got a lot of space, moving forwards and backwards might not be available, but that will give the option to get in and out of much smaller spaces. Let's see how high up this goes as well. I'm just curious. I think it's going to have quite a reach on it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Very nice indeed. And then from inside, first person, looks like this. It's got a weird sweep. You go up and down, but it gives that kind of rocking. It does make you feel quite sick actually. But the detail from in here as well was great. Vision's pretty cool. All off that stick, as you can see the stick moving. That's a very weird angle. There you go. The Jungheinrich ETV 216i. Lovely. Which brings me on to the last of the content update. And this is what I meant. As well as the weird putting dirt onto machines, is this not just gorgeous? Is it just me? You wait till you see the other bits and bobs as well with it. It's just wow. So, the class Xerion 5000, 4000 plus track VC is making its return. 26 slots. We have got an EU version, we've got a US version. As you can see, we've now got a tractor version. Now, this is not an articulated tractor. So the tracks swivel just like you would do with the wheels. It's just wow. Is all I'm going to say. It's just wow. This does have a cab that will swing round as well, but that will only work on tired on the vehicle with tyres. If you've got the tractor version, the cab won't rotate. I wasn't sure if it was between the US and EU spec because I got one US and one EU. It's not. It's the tractor version that the cab won't rotate, but the other versions it will. If we go into our large tractors, again, this is not a mod. This is base game edition, so you'll find it in amongst all the others. The Xerion 5000, 4500. Slot count of 26 comes down to 2 for any subsequent one. We have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT of Raderstein, and the class Track TS. Under Trelleborg, we've got Track VC Twins. All of the rest of them are exactly the same. It's Track VC and Track VC Twins on all of the manufacturer options. So it'll be a case of just picking whichever brand you prefer, and you can have standard or twins. We've then got EU version, or we've got the US. Slightly different configurations with light stalks, door frames, handles, ladder, that kind of stuff is all changing. Very nicely detailed as well. We've got additional weight on the back here. So we can have standard, we can have 200 kilo, 6, 1000, 1004, 18, 22, 26, 3000, 34, back to standard. So you can have all that weight on the back if you want to. As far as I can tell, it does have the gooseneck option, but I'm sure with this one, was this one? I had trouble hooking up to something. What was it? Anyway, front attach type. We've got standard like that. We can have 1,800 kilo weight, 1825, 22, 26, 3,000, 3,400, 3-point link, or back off again. Having a 3-point link on a large track like this, very handy. Then 480 horsepower or 530 horsepower. Very lovely indeed. I'm still, for me, that is just... wow. Anyway, so, like I say, if we go for one with tyres... oh, listen to me. Love the new beacons. Lights all round, great lighting on it. So we do have the option to toggle steering, all-wheel steer, front-wheel steer, crab left, crab right, back again. We do have the change driving direction, L1, R1 and X. So if you're running something and you want to be looking that way, you absolutely can. Brings you right up close and personal to your 3-point link rather than being right at the end of your bonnet. So the beacon's off, lights off. Go interior. Oh, I love it. I really do. And then, let's get into the tracked version. This is what I mean, it's not articulated, but look. It sounds fantastic. Looks great. This one we also have the option of toggle steering. We've got all-wheel, crab on tracks. Crab the other way on tracks. Or back to all-wheel. There's not a front wheel only on this one. I love the look of that. I really do. Maybe it doesn't have the gooseneck attachment. Let me just try something. I've grabbed the Kaweco. Where is it? Just there. No, it doesn't. It's the smaller one, the saddle track pack that it comes with. But in all honesty, I don't care. When it looks that good, I really don't mind. So, that's it for the mods, for the content update. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.